Hey guys, my name's Kate. I work for Northern Hall School and I would love to introduce you to the community that I have been living in now. This is Koh Lipe, Thailand. I've actually only been here for about a month, and although I've been working remotely for quite a few years, I've never worked remotely in Thailand before until now. I decided I wanted to do that, and I actually chose Koh Lipe quite spontaneously. I wanted to go to Koh Phangan, but after I arrived, Omicron started to rise, and I didn't really want to take a bus that's air conditioned and maybe full of COVID to reach the port for Koh Phangan. So I took a speedboat to this tiny island. It's about 2 kilometers long, probably less than a kilometer wide, and it's in the southern part of Thailand. I'm really happy to be in this place. It has this insane turquoise blue, almost emerald green sometimes water. It's a very touristic destination, which also has another side to it. People come here mostly for snorkeling and scuba diving. This place has 25% of all of the tropical fish species in the world, and it has absolutely insane variety of gorgeous hard and soft corals. So you get a lot of people from all over wanting to come see that. I can completely see why. I've been snorkeling almost every single day. The dive course here, and really loved it. This place is in the very far south of Thailand. It's kind of a fusion of Thai and Malay cultures. You've got the island of Langkawi. We can't see it from here, but it's a Malaysian holiday island less than an hour's boat ride from here, which is the closest landmass, and then the Thai mainland, which is a little bit further on. These tourists are just landing right at the entrance to the walking street. I'd like to do a little walkthrough of the walking street with you guys, show you the touristy part, and then show you the other side of the island. And then I'd like to talk a little bit about how I give back. So we're coming up to the part of the island which is the Chow Li village. The Chow Li are more or less the local people that have been on this island for over 100 years. They're actually known as sea gypsies because before they were on this island, they had a nomadic lifestyle where they would spend a few months out at sea living on a boat, and then a few months on an island digging up tubers, and they would kind of follow the climate in terms of where there are less mosquitoes, where's there more wind. And because of this lifestyle, they're extremely skilled in self-sufficiency. Thailand granted them a special status back in 1909, and they all took the same last name, which translates in English to beach people. And there are about 5,000 of them in total. Around about 1,000 or so live on this island. They have a very interesting history. They can see better underwater than normal people because they have spent so much time in the sea. And they can also hold their breath for startlingly long amounts of time. And when the 2004 tsunami and earthquake hit, something very curious happened. So you can see these are very simple dwellings, and we're next to the sea. They should have had a big problem, but actually not one Chow Li person died in those events. Because what happened is that they all either went inland to avoid the tsunami or went far out to sea in order to ride the swells before they broke. In order to do this, they had to know about these events in advance, and when questioned, they say, "The fish told us about the big waves." Nobody really knows how this happens, or if it's somehow just a coincidence that they all happened to go to safe places sometime well before the tsunami, but yeah, there's something interesting about these folks. And as you can see, these houses look pretty simple. When I saw them the first time, I thought, oh, this is a really poor village, I feel bad for them, blah blah blah. And then I went and had dinner with a local Chow Li family. It didn't seem like an appropriate moment to film, so I didn't, but I'll tell you about it. I didn't have any feeling of like lack talking to them. Like, they live quite simply, but there wasn't this feeling of like poverty or not having what they need or anything like that. They're a very tight-knit community. Some of them are Christian, some are Muslim, some are Buddhist, but they're all still very tight-knit. They used to have sort of an animist religion with sea spirits and island spirits, and at least from the woman I talked to, I didn't get the sense that the animist tradition was still so much a thing. I don't know, maybe it's integrated into those religions. I'd like to find out more about that. They fed us a delicious meal of fish cakes with very large and spiky bones in them, which of course they were very skilled at picking out. I was not. And a soup with fish brains, which is actually surprisingly extremely tasty. And yeah, it was a very nice evening. So that's the Chow Li. I think it's a really cool example of an indigenous culture. They speak their own local language. They also speak Thai. And yeah, so unfortunately there is a darker side of Koh Lipe, and that is the amount of rubbish which is both generated here and washes up here from neighboring islands, from Thailand, from Malaysia, from Indonesia. It accumulates quite a lot. It's a very small community. It's also a national park, and it's hard for people to keep up with. So this right here where we just were is the trash barge. It is by far the biggest boat in the area. I think it's the biggest boat that even docks at this island, period. It's here because of the quantity of rubbish. It sails back to the mainland every day to drop off the rubbish. You could see on the walking street there wasn't really a lot of rubbish, but in the more local areas, you'll find a lot of plastic waste by the side of the road or in the road. Part of this is generated by locals, but not very much. Part of it is generated by tourism, and like I said, part of it washes up from the neighboring islands. So my favorite way to give back to this island is to participate in the weekly Monday trash cleanup. So how that works, it's an organization called Do It By Heart. They take a long-tail boat out to one of the neighboring islands. It's a different one every Monday. There's a whole lot of islands here, and unfortunately they're all subject to the same problem. Most of these are uninhabited islands, completely deserted. Most of them are also in the national park, but they get massive quantities of trash washing up there. So we go out every Monday, we pile as much trash as we possibly can into mesh bags and put them in long-tail boats, and then come back and deliver them to the trash barge where they get taken to the mainland. So this is a group. They meet every Monday on this beach where a boat takes them to another island, one of the many islands in the archipelago out there, and where we clean up trash because there's plenty of it, unfortunately, despite that this is a national park. And then in exchange you get to meet a bunch of cool foreigners and get a free lunch afterwards. This is Darius. He's been doing this for some time, and he can tell us a little bit more.
We go out every Monday and clean the different beach. This beach here we last Monday, and it was that much trash we have to come back again. Next Monday we will be somewhere else. Every Monday a lot of nice people come and help us, because we always believe together we make a difference.
I came here like in 2012, and I like the island so much, and then I feel like I wanted to do something for the island, and then I meet from OMG, and he says that from time to time they go and clean around the islands, voluntary, and then I said it's a good idea, and then when I come for the first time to do the cleaning around the islands, I feel like I was doing something, I was giving something to the community. And then I start doing it all the time. I came for 3 days, I end up staying 1 month. And then I keep coming back every year, around 3 weeks, 5 weeks. And then I bring with me my friends, I bring with me my family to do the cleanup, do it by heart. And then we feel like we are a part of this place. We hope that you will do the same, and then you will love this place as much as we do.
So there you have it, a little overview of Koh Lipe, Thailand, and my life here. I'm incredibly grateful to get to be here, to get to visit places like this, to get to know the local people, and that's possible only because I can work remotely. So Northern Hall is partly to thank for that. And also being able to visit and experience all these different cultures really increases a lot my capacity to work with students from a diverse range of cultures. So really happy about that too. Thanks for watching. Bye.